A very good morning. Well, actually, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and my name is Gracie Opilanza. And what does a woman do when she's perimenopause, can't sleep? And I'm finding very much this week, it's really bad. I'm in a luxury position that I work from home. I'm an entrepreneur. So what I find, I'll be awake for 3-4 hours, then come around 5 a.m, then I'll sleep to 9. So I'm really, really blessed for that. And for those women that aren't and don't have that blessing and that choice, my heart really goes out to you. And it's just brutal, isn't it? So anyway, my YouTube now is no more fashion tips, no more what I'm wearing, why I'm wearing. It's a saturated market, and if you want to find out why I wear pre-loved clothing and vintage clothing and don't buy anything in the fashion industry, really, is because it's so boring, it's so not me, it's not who I've ever been. And as a child and as a girl, I always wore different things, and I always would look at what people are wearing, and I was like, I don't want to wear that. I want to stand out. I want to be unique. And therefore that has travelled throughout all my life. And even when I go to car events, because I review luxury cars, or go to luxury hotels because I review them, I rarely go to fashion weeks anymore, because I got really bullied at London Fashion Week. You can read that all on my blog. I always stood out, and I still do. And yesterday was a great example. I had this with a nice fedora hat here in Tuscany in Italy. It's really hard to stand out in Italy because there's a lot of women in our 50s that look brilliant. And yeah, I had a lot of people looking, thinking that's really different, because it is different. So I want to talk about Birkenstock. And I know I said I'm not talking about fashion, but I want to review Birkenstock. I want to give you a background that I travel around the world. I'm a digital nomad. I live in Southeast Asia, Australia, and Europe. And I'm mainly continuously in summer. So my tip for when you're traveling, especially in tropic areas, don't wear Birkenstock, don't wear leather, because the humidity and the tropics actually gives me a rash. So leather in tropical areas are a big no. I really find that. I just find it I live in Thailand, Vietnam, go to Malaysia, Laos, and I just find when I wear leather, it really aggravates my feet. Never had that before. Maybe it's a perimenopause thing. But Birkenstock, I've bought for years. And during the pandemic, they got taken over, and it's a big conglomerate, and it's gone basically up 40% in price, because that's what the big conglomerate brands do. They buy up a brand, a historical brand, and they up the price, they change the marketing. Of course, Birks, during the pandemic, we were just home, so they're a comfortable wear. So I've been wearing Birkenstock for 30 years. And on average, I used to pick up Birkenstocks for £35.50 20 years ago. In the United Kingdom, in Holland, the maximum I'd ever pay was like 50 quid, €50, right? Now they're a whopping €140, like over 200 Australian dollars, about £120. That's because Birkenstock have been taken over. It's ridiculous. So today I want to talk to you about why, what are we paying for? And shitification is a new word that means that we're paying more for clothing, for services, for food, and yet it's not improving the quality. 9 times out of 10, the quality is deteriorated. And my video on the Birkenstock is it's deteriorated. The cork of the sole. So I'll just give you an idea. So look at these. Can you see these? These are Birks. I mean, they went into these big buckle trends, which is really, really good. And I like that. My size is a 39 wide. You can go wide in a Birk and you can go narrow in a Birk. And you have to fit within these perimeters, right? And I see people buying Birks too small. And if your foot is hitting on the edge here, it'll end up hurting and it's not good for your feet. I choose Birkenstocks in the past because for comfort, just purely comfort, and they used to really last. And my husband also, but his doesn't even last 2 seasons. What's going on? Now, that's just terrible. And I find, look, the glue comes off. Birkenstocks are not to be worn near swimming pools. They're not to be worn on the beach, and they're not to be worn anywhere near water. Look at that. And this, I find, same with my husband's pair and my pair. This is really common. 20 years ago, never happened. And they would really last. Like the cork, look at that. The cork in the past, before the takeover, used to really last. Now you'll find replicas of this everywhere now. And I encourage you to ditch the Birkenstock and get the regulars, because I tell you why. It's quarter of the price and they're going to last exactly the same. And I found an amazing brand in Serbia, really, really cool. And they lasted, and they cost me like €35. Why would I be paying €140 for these when they're not even going to last 2 seasons? Do not wear Birks near swimming pools. Do not wear Birks on the beach. It's clear water, because this will happen. And my husband does it and detaches it. Look at the state of that. In the past, that would never happen. And they would last me ages, at least 4 to 5 seasons. And the reason I say that, because I was going summer to summer. But look at the state of that, €140. I don't know what's going on, but I've actually had this for the last few years. They're not worth the money. But because of the marketing, because of the trend, the enshittification, you are now paying almost double the price of Birkenstock. Well, you are. In fact, you're paying triple the price that I did 20 years ago. 20 years ago, £34.99. Now I think they're 120 quid, €140. That's across the board. I go to Holland, anywhere in Europe, even in Germany. So remember, they've been taken over by a conglomerate brand, and the enshittification is you're paying double, triple the price. You're not getting a better quality. In fact, I'm going to say you're getting worse. Don't wear Birks at the beach. They're not a beach attire. Don't wear them near the swimming pool, to the sea. This is going to happen. But this happens to my husband's sometimes just one summer, which is ridiculous at the price that you're paying for them. Now, the buckle, the big oversized buckle, is something I think they did in the last 10 years, 5 years. As I said, I've been wearing Birks all my life. This is the last pair I'm buying of Birkenstock. You're a rip-off. You're not value for money. Your enshittification is that I'm paying triple the price and it's not even lasting 2, let alone 3 seasons. And look at the state of that. I don't know what they've done in the cork. The imitations are fantastic. Go for other brands, because you're paying quarter of the price and they're going to last as long as a Birk. They're as comfortable as a Birkenstock and they look good. All you're paying for is the name brand. You're paying €140 euro to say, hey, I'm wearing Birkenstock. Zara does it. H&M does it. Primark. Even high-end. I live in Tuscany, Italy. There's an Italian brand I'm going to talk about in a minute. Ditch the Birkenstock. Or, but if you are someone that is blinded by luxury brands, that need to identify yourself with wearing, hey, I'm wearing Birkenstocks, I'm really cool, then go for it. You want to throw your money away? Buy Birkenstocks. I've been wearing them for 30 years. They used to last me. I never had this problem with the cork. I have no idea what they were doing. They were super comfortable. I could walk hours and hours in them. Ditch them. Go for a no brand. Go for a lesser brand. €140. They're not worth it anymore. I don't know what's going on. Well, I know what's going on. You're just paying for the marketing. Wearing Birks is edgy now. Uggs do it. There are so many brands that have copied Birks. Even a great brand in Serbia. Just go and buy it, because I can tell you they may only last you a season or two, but you're paying quarter of the price. Look, don't look rich and end up looking poor. Buy a pair of Birkenstock. It's going to dent money into your bank account, and that looks like a poor man's shoe. Look at that. Don't wear them near water. Don't wear them on the beach. Don't wear them hiking or anything like that. They are a fashion shoe. Even then, you could walk around the streets of Venice. I reckon they'll only last a season, right? And don't go looking rich, end up bank account poor. Birkenstocks, they're not worth the money anymore. It's an enshittification of quality. You're only paying for their marketing. That's all you're paying. It's really cool and edgy marketing. But again, I get it. I am different. I don't buy trends. I set trends. I buy pre-loved items, not second-hand shoes. Shoes are only worth it until someone steps in it. Don't go buy second-hand shoes. They could be cursed. Who's the person that's gone before you? Don't go buy second-hand shoes. And for whatever I'm saying, the Birkenstock is not the brand it was. Welcome to enshittification, right? We're paying more and we're getting less of quality. They're not even lasting 3 seasons. The cork, there's something in the cork of the quality that has changed. I'm 100%. If we went into the factory, the glue, there's something to be said about the glue, right? Share, like, and comment. Are you experiencing the same experience? I've been wearing Birks for 30 years. This is my last pair at €140. Forget it. I'm going to tell you the shoes that I've bought. I'm in Tuscany, the land of leather. I could go to someone and say, hey, can you copy this? Can you put a GO for Gracie Opulenza? I know they will do a better leather quality and a better shoe quality. In fact, when I'm looking at the Birkenstock, and I saw it yesterday, I thought, that leather, they've gone into this soft suede. It looks cheaper. You're paying 3 times the price, enshittification, you're being ripped off. Look at that. Don't go looking rich, end up poor. Look at that, poor man's shoe. The cork, I'll say it again. Look at that. Right, they don't even last 3 seasons. I don't even think. In the past, I could just walk and walk and walk in them. My husband has the same thing. He's completely fallen apart, and it's in the cork and it's in the glue. We're not running marathons. We're just walking the streets of Bangkok or Koh Samui. Is it the humidity? Could be. Don't wear leather in tropics. You'll get rashes on your feet. I find that could be a perimenopause thing because I never had it in the past. Birkenstock, not buying you anymore. You're a rip-off and shittification. €140 for what? B for bankrupt. I keep buying these. Buying a pair of shoes every season. Are you kidding me? Who does that? I have shoes that have lasted me 10, 15 years. That's what it should be. But again, fast fashion now, it's not made to last. That's not going to make them the billions. It's been a takeover. Birkenstock, 100% from experience. I have been buying them for 30 years. Is not the Birkenstock that I grew up. They would have lasted at least 3, 4, 5 seasons. They don't. And the big issue is the quality of the glue. The cork starts falling apart. I never had that 30 years ago, let alone 20 years ago, let alone 15 years ago. But I would say in the last 5 years, I don't look at that. How embarrassing. So these are just, I live in Tuscany amongst 10,000 olive trees. I even wear them to the swimming pool. I mean, what's the point? You won't see me in public with these anymore. I mean, they look disgusting. Don't buy second-hand shoes. Don't buy second-hand Birks on Vestiaire. There are plenty shoes across the fast fashion globe. Cheaper. Best to go to Zara. Paying quarter of the price. They're going to last equally as long, if not more. They're not worth the money. So that's it. So what am I going to promote as a substitute? Look at these. Now, you know, you can get your Birks, which are round, right? And Zara every year does this. In fact, my husband, I bought him, I should bring him out, from Zara. I bought him 3 years ago. They're still in fantastic condition. The better quality than Birkenstock. And I'm not a fan of Zara. I can tell you that. So, here, I'm in Tuscany, land of leather. So, this is a gorgeous suede. Right, love the buckle, triangular buckle. Okay, I love where it's square. I mean, a lot of people look at this and like, is that a new Birk? Look at this. The leather is over that. And I'm not sure, but it looks exactly like a Birk. In fact, I'm hoping it's a better quality of it. They're made in Turkey, but the leather is obviously from Italy. It's fully leather inside, so it's a nice soft. You'll find the Birkenstock is just a really cheap leather. There's no leather insole in a Birk in the sense of the top bit. You've got the leather sole in the Birk, but this gorgeous suede, really comfortable. I think it looks incredibly stylish. I wore this. I love the shape of the buckle. Now, I have to say with the Birkenstock, the buckle has never rusted. It's fantastic. The imitations, it's will, and it'll come off. I've just bought these. I'm going to put them to the test. They are originally retailed at €260. That's insane, but I picked them up for $116. So the brand is Elena Larchi. She's Italian, made in Turkey. I find lot of textiles, a lot of manufacturings in Turkey. I don't know why an Italian went to Turkey to then come back and sell them in Italy, but I'm convinced she's from Turkey. That only makes sense. I mean, on a carbon, you know, an eco-friendly, that's not very eco-friendly, but I love the look. They look really stylish. They've got a nice suede. I like how this is all covered and it's glued really underneath of what I think will be exactly the same cork as a Birk. It's like the car industry. They'll buy a car, the competitors buy it, dissect it, and then copy it. And same with this. As I said, but this isn't cheap. I wouldn't be paying €260. But because of the power of the brand of Birkenstock brands, even Prada, Miu Miu and everything are jumping on the Birk influence. And so 116, I was like, but I haven't bought a pair ever like this, and I've wanted, I think it looks really, really stylish. Look at that. And these will go into summer, autumn and spring. I live in a, as you can see, in a Tuscan home. Stone floors, stone gold. So these are going to be my stylish slippers, and those Birks, well, I'll just wear them outside until they're trashed. But what I might do, I've got a great idea, but I'm not going to tell you that idea. Hardware. The hardware is what makes a fantastic shoe. So what I mean is this, it'll be interesting to see if this rusts very quickly, and I'll be very disappointed if it does. I have to say, I don't know what they do with the Birk, but I find, I mean, you know, that still looks good. There's nothing wrong with it, and the cheaper versions will do that, right? But still, it doesn't command €140 anymore when you end up looking like that. And the cork is deteriorating like that. The Birkenstock of the past, it's over. So, you know, you're only buying it to say, I'm wearing Birkenstock. But if we're comparing the two, which one do you like? I mean, I know, love the suede. This winter, all earthy tones I'm predicting, I'm wearing. I love earthy tones. Perimenopause, really wanting to connect to nature, which I do, but I'm influenced by mustard and the oranges and the suedes because I'm in Tuscany. They're the core DNA of Tuscan living. So Birkenstock, enshittification, not even lasting 2 seasons, let alone 3. 30 years ago, that was unheard of. The cork is more brittle, fragile. The glue, I don't know what they're using. They're not a swim shoe. Don't wear them on the beach. Don't wear them near the swimming pool. Do not get the leather wet. It's not made for rain. And these ones, as I said, they're made from Turkey. Go for other brands. A quarter of the price. Okay, these were $260. That was 70% off. But the stitching inside is fantastic. There's another layer of leather. These are really, really well made. So you've got the suede, and then they've put another leather inner sole, which is fantastic. I'm not sure about, I love the look, whether this worries me. I think this may discolour, but I'm working with the brand, talking with the brand. The glue looks really solid. Again, of course, I will not be wearing this at a swimming pool. If you're going to the tropics, Melissa is a really cool plastic, funky shoe brand. Melissa, check it out on my blog. Tropics are plastics, not flip-flops, and they're good. I love the little detail here as well. And then the suede. They're heavy. They're quite heavy. I think they're Dutch-inspired cloggies, and I've got my cloggies, and I love clogs and wooden clogs. Ditch Birks, buy yourself some wooden clogs. I have walked Venice 15 kilometres a day in them. My feet never tire because the wood absorbs. Ditch Birkenstock, they're not the quality that they used to be. The glue's terrible. The cork crumbles after 1 season or 2, let alone 3. I never had that. And that is my review on Birkenstock. As I said, I've been wearing them for 30 years. Time to try new brands. It's fast fashion after all. There's a lot of competitors out there. Support smaller brands. This lady lives here, made in Turkey, in a leather lining, which is gorgeous and soft. You won't get blisters. Gorgeous quality. Suede on the top. Cute buckle. This feels great as well. And the cork, that's sturdy. And I mean, look at that for grip. This is really, really well made. But at €260, you would expect that. But remember, price doesn't mean quality. So, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and definitely share if you're finding the same experience, the same enshittification when it comes to the Birkenstock brand.